This is Ultimate Soccer with Soccer Steve.
Now we're happy. Yes. And welcome back in. Did you catch that game? Did you watch the CPL final? If you did, I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I'll give you some of the pointers. Was it a chess game that I said it was going to be in the pre-game? Yeah, it really was a chess game. But it was a surprising chess game because I really thought Atletico Ottawa were going to be the team that would be having the front foot, would be pressing the issue. As soon as they're the home team, not necessarily do you have to, press the game if you're the home team, but your home fans expect it. And there was a great crowd in the stadium that never really got to roar. And that's the sad part about this game as well. The crowd didn't get to roar and have fun like it could have done. Now, I know the Forge fans who travelled, they had a lot of fun, and they were big in the numbers, and your orange and your grey and your black colours and everything about you was fantastic. And I'd tip my hat to Atletico fans too. The stadium looked great, the atmosphere was lovely, the colours were fantastic. It was just great for it was perfect for a cup final, and it was a CPL 2022 cup final. Now, once the game gets started, this is where I start to shake my head. I'm like, what's going on here? I did expect a tight game, and I did expect that chess game, like I said. But I didn't expect Forge to dominate the first 25 minutes and see Atletico stick on their own defensive line, right on their own penalty box. And here's the deal. On 25 minutes, I turned to a friend of mine watching the game, and I said, listen, the way this game's going, I only see one team winning, and I see a goal coming sooner than later. And once they get one, they're probably going to get two, maximum two. I don't see three, but I can only see one team winning it. And I'm not being smart ass. I'm just telling you what I said to a buddy of mine when we were watching the game. That's exactly what happened. The first moment of quality was on 27 minutes. Do you ask yourself, was it a free kick against Atletico on the edge of the box to the right side of the penalty box, right near the end line? You got to say, it doesn't matter what we think. It's what the referee thought. Young referee, by the way. Take a look. But young referee. He says foul. Free kick gets lined up. Forge know exactly what they do. This was definitely a set piece and practiced in training. This was too clinical for it not to have been practiced. But they're on the edge of the box, right side of the goal. The chip comes in quick to the front post, and Hojapur, bang, into the side of the net. Boom. It wasn't in the back, it was in the side of the net. It was like a rocket. And I'll tell you what, Ingham in goal had no chance. 1-0, and you're thinking, this is going to wake Atletico up. Now we got a game. No, it didn't wake them up. For the last 5 minutes in the first half, yeah, Ollie Bassett, and there was a few moves up and down the field going offensively, but nothing came off, and nothing really looked threatening. Forge completely in control. And you're thinking at halftime, Carlos Gonzalez has got to get this team motored. He's got to get some things changed. He's got to get them in the game because you've got 45 minutes to get back in it. Plenty of time. It's only 1-0, yeah? But the second half looked like a mirror image of the first. Forge totally in control, having their way with Atletico. The Atletico fans waiting to explode, being held on their fingernails because there's nothing happening for them. Sad to see the crowd couldn't get into it because that would have been magnificent for this game. Just waiting to see both sets of fans going. But gotta say, it was exactly the same as the first half. And I'm thinking to myself, are you just going to sit there and do nothing about this? Change up the tactics, Carlos. Come on, put some life into the team. Nothing happened. Nothing changed. And then you got to say, 78 minutes, killer blow. Absolute killer blow. Forge 1-0 up, looking to seal the game all the way through the second half. They wasted numerous amount of chances. I mean, you Forge fans must have been saying, are we going to get a second goal here, or are we just going to keep wasting the opportunities? But on 78, Chaunier, who's been inspirational for Forge FC all season, diminutive little player, but God-given skill, very smart-brained. And that finish today in the final was a piece of absolute top-quality skill. He strokes the top of the ball with the right foot, spins it back in, cuts it back in again one more time, and then floats the ball into the far corner again where Ingham can't go. That was a solo piece of brilliance by Chaunier. And I got to say, for my man of the match, it's Chaunier. He's my man of the match. Who's yours? Comment down below. He's my man of the match. But 2-0 up, it was dead and dusted. As soon as that ball hit the back of the net, you knew it was over. And over It was indeed. So let's herald Bobby Schmerniotis and his team for going through some interesting form midway through the season. They got it back together towards the end of the season, and they're such a great club that that's 4 finals now. And hey, they're again champions in 2022. So they will be looking to represent again next year in the CONCACAF Fours. But what a great turnaround in the last third of the season for Bobby Schmerniotis. And let's not forget, Bobby didn't have the likes of Carl Becker in the final, who was red carded in the semi-final previous to this game. So it just goes to prove that Forge FC can make a big impact, can win big games, even if their leader, Carl Becker, isn't around. I'm going to keep this one short, but I'm going to close by saying the CPL season was something to take in, people. If you haven't got behind the CPL before, you really should. And do some research on all the teams and get to know the clubs and get to know the fans, get to know the players and get to know this league. Because I tell you what, it really does offer you 100% great entertainment. The level of the professionalism from the clubs is top draw. The TV coverage is getting there all the time. And we are very grateful for what we've got, because you and I both know years ago there was no TV coverage. And why don't the big corporations help organizations per se like One Soccer? Because they don't want to. It's politics. It's all about money. It's business. So put your money where you want to, guys. I'm not saying where you should be, but for me, One Soccer does a fine job. I like what they bring. I like the channel. And there are things that you could do better, but I could do better things and I could be better. But I always try to be a better version of myself in everything I do. And that's what you should be as well. So looking at it, a great season. I enjoyed it immensely. I'm looking forward to next season. I will be covering the games again next season. We will be going to live games again like we did this season. And from Ultimate Soccer Show to you, individually, me to you, I want to thank you personally for watching the videos. I really want to thank you for liking, and please keep liking the videos, and please push this channel to everybody you know in Canadian soccer, because the World Cup's coming and we've got lots of shows coming in the World Cup lead-in and every day during the World Cup. Thanks very much, guys. I appreciate all that you do, all that you write, and all that you've enjoyed this year. I've enjoyed the league immensely, and I'm looking forward to it again next year. Cheers, guys. Have a great night.
The Ultimate Soccer Show. Join me, listen, you'll love it. Everybody does.